Scoop and score drill, this is pretty much an everyday warm-up. You know, we only got 3 guys here, but you picture, 80 guys there. We got, 10 lines of 8, 11 lines of 6, whatever it is. Put the ball at 5 yards, scoop and score at about a 50% rate. What they're doing is they're warming up their quads, their hips, their hamstrings, their groin. And again, they're getting an applicable drill. They're learning how to carry the football. Obviously, Jesse does because he's a running back. But a lineman, so to speak, it never learns how to carry the ball, and all of a sudden he learns how to carry it. And then you put exactly, yep. And everybody's doing it. Everyone's going to scoop from the right. Everyone's going to scoop from the left. Everyone's going to carry the ball in the right hand. Everyone's going to carry the ball in the left hand. And linemen love it. Now you put it at 10 yards and you pick up the pace to about 75, 80%. Okay? So now you're just a little bit more warmed up. All right? And then what we do next, after you pick up the ball and you come back, we're going to go to the next one, is we're going to bounce the ball. So as Jesse scoops the ball on the run, he's going to bounce it to the next guy. And I'd say it's like about a 50% bounce, really pretty easy. You can start making it go a little more aggressive. We want them to keep their feet, but if they have to dive on the ground and get it, they do. But kids, they're going to want to keep their feet as much as possible too to learn scoop and score. So that was a really good warm-up. Then we go highest point drill. Everybody is going highest point. Now you're stretching out your hip flexors, your lower back, you're getting your shoulders stretched out, and you're learning a skill. I shouldn't even say learning a skill, you're perfecting a skill. You're making the diamond as you get to the highest point. Next guy throws it. Now, this is bad. When a kid drops it, the last thing the other kid wants to do is catch it for him. Why? Because now it's a what? It's a fumble. So now, instead of Logan catching it, he should have let it drop, and then Dakota goes and scoops and scores. Never had one kid hurt. Okay. So, and again, those are just examples. You guys can come up with a million different things. But I think the thing is when you're driving home or when you're thinking about, just come up with some drills that are really important to you guys that you want to do during warm-up and use that as your warm-up. And then again, everybody's doing it. Everybody's getting warmed up for real. It's applicable to football, et cetera. All right, so here's our blocking progression. So pretty much anything I teach, especially blocking, tackling, and shedding blocks, we want to go from the position we want them in, right? The fit position. So the fit position for us on a dry block, face mask in the V of the neck, feet just outside of shoulder width, a nice arch in the back, Z's in the knees, elbows down, and basically legally holding the guy's chest plate and making sure that we are not extending too early. We don't want extension on a block, all right? We actually want to be inside of people. The scout guy can do us some service by doing a reminder by always holding the elbows. So sometimes scout guys don't know what to do with their arms. It's either on top of the shoulders, but I like even better on the elbows, because what do kids do when they start driving? They start doing this. You want to get them in a habit of everything coming through that scraping the lats is what we always tell our kids. Scrape the lats, biceps through those lats, and everything is hitting on the rise. All right, so once we put them in the fit position, we've checked it. Again, this is warm-up stuff too, fellas. It's not just the progression itself. Once we put them in this position, then we're just going to blow the whistle, and it just means drive for 5. Okay, I'm already one step ahead. Usually it'll be just drive for 5 with no lockout. Then the next one I'll say drive for 5, listen for the whistle for lockout. Okay, so this is actually one step ahead of where I would go on the overall progression. So when I blow that second whistle, that means Logan is going to lock him out. Yep. Good. Okay, now how did we get to the fit position? We're just going to take one step back, okay? We were in the loaded position, arms loaded. Now, this is overloaded in my opinion, okay? I do like to overcoach things when we're doing progressions, because kids, as soon as they put it all together, they're going to do what? They're going to find that happy medium. Matter of fact, Logan finds the ultimate happy medium and doesn't load his arms the first time at all. So we got him in the loaded position. Now, to me, the loaded position, I love the back flat, okay, and the chest on the knees as much as possible, because what a three-point stance is a beautiful stance for football, right? I mean, you're as coiled up as you can be. It's an attack stance. But what do kids do on their first step, which basically this is off his first step? They pop up. So they lose all that potential power. So I tell our kids, look, you would never get up on the power clean and get in your power clean position and then extend a few inches and then clean. You want all that potential power going in your clean. Or if you're trying to jump and, like, say, touch the rim, you would never get down and do this and then do that and jump, would you? And they always, they answer, no, coach. Well, then why do you do it when you're blocking? It's just a mental thing. They have to learn to do it. So in their pre-hit position, this is post first step, pre-contact. Post first step, pre-contact. So I'm just going to blow the whistle, get right into the fit position. Right into the fit, and you can already see what he's doing. He's already getting a little bit too high. So I'll say, Logan, you're already popping up. Coach, I got you. Get down, make that contact a little bit lower. Pretty good job with his elbow still pointing down. I like his hand placement. I don't care about the feet. If you start telling them too much, then they're going to start, worrying. So I just tell them to step through with the other foot. I don't want them to overstride. That would be about the only thing, but I try not to get them to worry about too much of their feet. And then the next one I'll say, okay, that was good. Now let's shorten that step up, okay? Just get as far as your heel to toe. So again, they're not thinking too much at once. So if he did this on the first one, I wouldn't even talk about the feet. I'd say, Logan, you're a little bit too high and your arms are starting to extend a little bit too much. Okay, coach. So then he'd do maybe 2 or 3 more, and I go, all right, you got it. Now, just step with that right foot, this. Just do this. Give me a short step. Okay, coach. And then you go from there. Does that kind of make sense? This right here is show me. So a lot of times when I feel like they're not getting I forgot to do it in the film. It wasn't because Logan was doing a bad job. But if I feel like their hands are not really in there and really grabbing that shoulder pad, I'll say, show me. So they just go like this and they show me that they have the accurate grip. Thumbs up, hands inside, palms facing each other, and making sure they're legally holding that guy's chest plate. So that one I kind of jumped ahead. That's show me. Now he goes back to fit, okay? Checking the elbows. Logan, show me. Okay, here's Logan's second step. So again, I don't like his hands on his thighs. And again, he's a little bit overloaded to me. Back flat's pretty good. Yeah, it's good. But just about right here with your hands, between your knee and your mid-thigh. You start doing this, and I think you can just start getting overextended. And then, most college guys, because they run so much zone, are going to tell you, don't load your arms at all. Just get hands on them right away. Like McNally is huge on that, and a lot of NFL guys. To us, we're undersized, like probably you guys are as well. So we want to use everything in our toolbox to generate as much power as possible, because a lot of times we're 180 and we're blocking 270. So we need to load the arms. And again, it does help you to hit on the rise a little bit more. Here's the beauty about getting off the ball quick and hitting on the rise, something just to think about and tell the kids. The defensive line can have the most beautiful stance too and be the most technically perfect athlete. But his first step, he's still rising, right? So if you catch him on momentum, that's the key. So if you can get your hands on him as quick as possible. Okay, so then I'll say, Logan, how'd you get into that loaded position? And he has to say, from my stance, okay? Let me see stance to loaded position. And I say right here, Logan, your shoulders popped up too much and you were overloading big time, man. That is way too much, okay? So where I'd want him to be is, and I think the code will do it better than trying to show you where I want it to be. A little bit. I don't like the forearm on the thigh. And this was my first year there, I had to break that habit with all those kids. Every one of them was forearm on the thigh. I want in their stance, I got a chair here so I don't got to bend over as much. In their stance, I want the tent, and I want the other hand hanging loose between the wrist and the crack of the arm. I used to have them wrist to fist. Now about right here seems good. So now when they load equally. And again, like I just said, this is about where I want the arms loaded. My back is terrible because I can't get down. Step. So his steps are pretty bad already, so I'm definitely going to just do 2 in a row. I'll blow the whistle, and I'll say, all right, Logan, here we go. Step and load, step and punch. Step and load, step and punch. And those are 2 different whistles. And you can already see things kind of breaking down. Though Logan from the beginning was overloading, he's already popping up. He's getting that legal hold in there, but see that? I don't want that extension. And I know that's kind of hard when the scout guy's just doing this. And that's kind of what we want in a game, but we know it's not going to be that easy. So my next thing is to go, okay, all right, Logan. First step was good. I liked your length. Let's just make sure, again, you're still overloading. And when you do your second steps, just stay a little bit lower, okay? And don't extend those arms. Let's see how Dakota does. Good. No, I don't like the extension. He needs to step forward a little bit more. He's kind of stepping under himself. So step, not bad. Step. He's sinking his hips a little bit too much and stepping underneath himself. which is causing too much length right here. He's trying to stay low by the bend in his knees and not the bend in his hips. Does that make sense, fellas? So he's doing a good job staying low, but he's thinking my staying low has to be through that. Because if you look at his torso, pretty good, that. You want on contact the torso to be at about a 45-degree angle. So you can see what I did, right? I slowed him down. All right, Dakota, slow it down. I'm gonna go a little bit slower. Step, load, give it a little bit better job of staying underneath with your hips bent. And he is, he's better. I'd say he's halfway there. Okay. So now the next one is, once he's got that down a little bit, now it's drive and extend. So this is like 5 whistles. Whistle, whistle. All right, see how he's doing. Not bad. Again, his toes should be on that yellow line to give Dakota a little bit more room. Dakota's loading. He's going nice and slow. That's another thing. Don't rush him. As soon as you start saying, man, I need to hear some pop, and you need to get off the ball faster, that's when things are going to fall apart, especially with a kid like him, because he's more of a backup kid. But look at his elbows. They're nice and tight. He's hitting on the rise. He's got the legal holding in there. Face mask is pretty good. He didn't get overstrided. He's pretty much got all 7 cleats on the ground. Lockout's not bad. It's just not bad. To our stick-like glue drills. These are great. And again, these are great warm-ups now. Okay. Stick-like glue drill number 1 is the sidewinder. Okay? You're going to do the full hit now, and the scout, everything's still about 50%. And now the scout guy is going to randomly just turn. About a 25 to 45 degree angle, kind of in like an angle back pedal. And Dakota's main deal is to never cross over, to keep his base, and then keep driving vertical. Now, you're gonna see, I'm gonna show you something that you'll see from your kids when you first do this. This. He started to just side shuffle. No, it is still going forward the whole time. Yes, you can stay in front of him if you side shuffle, but you're not applying pressure. That's not bad. Actually, it's not too bad. Let's watch Logan. His will probably be worse. Yep, pad level's already getting too high. There it is. Crossover. Right there. Don't let him cross over. You lose your block as soon as you cross over. You basically, this is what I tell our kids, look, what's the biggest advantage that defensive guys have that offensive guys don't? Holding, right? Defensive guys can grab all day and hold. How do you hold when you're on offense? Your feet. If your feet are outside the cylinder of this guy, you are holding him with your feet. You have him encased within the framework of your body. The moment you do this, you're done. That guy's gonna beat you there all day, okay? So as soon as that guy makes a move that way, you gotta compensate it by this foot still technically holding the guy. And yeah, we teach the legal holding in here, but you know how hard it is to grab defensive guys' jerseys today? Their jerseys are so freaking tight. So we're up in here trying to legally hold here, but really we can always legally hold here with our base. That is the most important point to get across to a kid that, can't keep a guy in front of him the whole time. All right, let's see the next drill. All right, spin drill. Love this drill. High school kids spin all the time. They don't know how to do it, especially when they're getting pushed. It's one of the first go-to things guys do. And a spin is hard to block because a lot of kids just fall forward. But you got to teach them. And again, not only are we teaching them these really good skills, but we're teaching them how to play snap the whistle. You can talk about it all day, but until you teach your kids how to play snap the whistle, they're not going to be able to do it. So he is at about a 2-3 yard mark of getting pushed back. He's just going to do some kind of like rip and spin. And what we do is we tell him to wheelbarrow it. It's a lot like pass blocking. And you don't have to get vertical push while the guy's spinning. Now when he gets his chest back to you, you vertically push. And the reason you don't is because when the guy has his back turned to you, he's got no power. It's a total finesse move, right? Once you've done this, you've given up every piece of power you have. But you're banking that the offensive lineman is going to miss you, but we're going to wheelbarrow him. So it's a lot like it's boom, 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 boom. That's all you're doing. And as soon as his chest shows again, boom, attack vertically. We'll see if Logan even did that. I didn't notice. Too late. There. That next left foot needs to go on the ground and drive him vertically. Yeah, he took 2 or 3 shuffle steps that I wouldn't want him to take. But again, that's why we're doing it. Still a pretty good job. He reacted to it really good. Kept his shoulders and his feet wide the whole time. Never crossed over. Yeah, that's still okay. Let's see the next drill. It's probably, yeah, so pop-up. This is the ultimate conditioning drill. If you're ever pissed off at your kids, this is a great conditioning drill. They're never going to get hurt. Teaches them to play snap the whistle. It's a great warm-up drill, but you wouldn't want to do too many of these. Probably 2 in a row. So what it does is it teaches them, yeah, when you get thrown on the ground, what are you going to do? Are you going to crawl for a step and try to find him? Are you going to look up and see where he went? No, you are going to pop up like you have springs in your elbows. Boom, boom. And you're going to find him on the way up. And when you find him on the way up, you're going to go dry block him again. Throw him down, find him again. So I always remind them that you guys all seen the Terminator. Remember the Terminator, the first one? That was the best one, right? That freaking Terminator just got freaking thrashed, but he just kept on coming and kept on coming. And you know, that's the sign of a relentless kid. That's the word we're always talking about. But you got to teach kids how to be relentless. You can see he's already getting tired right here, right? Yeah, they hate that drill. As soon as I say pop-up drill, man, you got moans all over the place. I like this. Grab him by the back. You know, Logan's a wrestler too, so. And you see Dakota getting up kind of slow. Yeah, he don't really, it's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, so now we're going to put them all together. So now you're going to say, okay, fellas, this is what I want. I want 3 sidewinders and 1 pop-up. Or I want 1 spin and 2 sidewinders. And, you know, now again, you're conditioning, playing snap the whistle. Kids are, and again, the biggest key is, fellas, while you're doing this, you got wide base. I think I got a combo in here. No.